So yesterday I had an emotional day, or those days where you just don't feel good at the end of the day. And I was just like really contemplating about thinking of quitting and and I still really think like that all the time. And I think the only thing, and my wife had a really bad day as well. So the only thing that we can do is take one step after the other. After you have these kind of days, usually for us who are sort of laughing, they tend to be a Wednesday where you're just emotionally drained, you don't feel like doing anything. And it just seems like the world is not feeling good. Now it's Thursday. Do I feel like actually going back to work and doing anything? Not especially. I feel very drained. I feel exhausted. But here's the thing is that I'm gonna get up no matter what. And I'm gonna get back at her and try again today. I'm gonna have a little bit of coffee. I'm gonna go into the old routine and try again another day. Now, the thing that I think is really important is um, really thinking about how every day is your chance. And the thing is once you've been doing it for long enough, you realize that that doesn't happen. But it's good for you to have that hope, for you to keep going, to try one more step, one more day, just to get through to the next moment where you're feeling good. And you got to remember is that there's just a lot of ups and downs with everything that we ever do. And it's never an easy start. It's never one of these things where, these stories that we read about are so funny about, whether it is entrepreneurship stories, um, whether it is, whether it is, having sort of a successful career, right? All of these things are so people talk about them in such a like it's so easy and they always have these sort of heroics heroic paths. Thing is you never see that happen in real life. It's often the case, and I'm a big believer that your environment plays a massive role in terms of what you can and can't do, um, and where you end up. And just whether you have support actually will get you to one place. I just think about like, and I know that that is the case. Simply, and me recognizing the case, or probably more my wife. Um, with that, I can see the difference in terms of how my kids actually study, and that we actually sit down and study with them and encourage them. And my grades compared to their grades are so different in terms of where we were at that time. And I think my wife would say the same thing, that there's just massive differences between your environment just plays a big role. And if that is the case, then there's going to be many days where people just are not in the right environment and they can't get to what they would like to do. And so I just want to encourage you to have a lot of forgiveness of yourself when you're going through those days where it doesn't feel quite right and you're not feeling good at all. Just have a lot of forgiveness. Spend some time thinking about how you're doing everything you possibly can and keep encouraging yourself to do that. And you can't really fix that environment often. It's not easy to do unless you completely change. I encourage you to keep taking those steps forward and thinking about how you can constantly be refining and making it a little better for you. Now, here's the challenge is that not every day is going to feel good. Not every day is going to be those moments where you're just now you're raring to go and everything's going your way. A lot of days they're not going to feel good at all. And it's your job to keep getting back up and tackling that world, no matter what is going on, taking those steps forward and realizing that is that's part of the journey. Are those feelings that you get where you're down, but you get back up and you keep going one day at a time, you keep trying every single day, and, and you realize that all of that stuff that you're going through is the actual journey. So, to the point where you can actually get sustainable, where you can stop, um, that everything's sort of lined up, requires a great deal of work. And just know that that is part of getting there, is going through all of those sort of grinding moments every day. It's that grinding moment stuff that gets you to where you need to go to, and it's not fun. I want you to remember that all of the times you think it's fun, it's those are the special moments. The the norm is where it doesn't feel fun or you feel lost and all of that kind of stuff. The stuff that you feel every day, and just try to, when you're really exhausted, take a bit of a break, get back up, and go again. One more day. And I think that's it. You can't feel how I feel right now. I seriously don't want to get back going again, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get a little coffee and get back up and try it again every day. Trying to separate myself from everything that's going on around me and just keep going one day at a time. All right, take care and have a wonderful day.